the hype level around this team is something we haven't seen here in years.
Yeah, I'm hoping we have the talent. It's going to be a matter of, I don't know if we're going to live up to all the hype. We're going to do what we can. Certainly we have the talent, but there's a lot that goes into being successful, and a lot of it's going to be about us getting together as a team and how the new players acclimate to being part of the system and part of the group and all that stuff. But the pieces are there, that's for sure. And it'll be fun to for us as a staff and as a team to try to put the pieces together. So.
A very veteran team too, a lot of returning big-time contributors.
Yeah, and it's a good mix of veterans and young talent and like some kids in the middle. I mean, I think it's been a long process to get the recruiting the way we wanted to, where we have this amount of talent and the class that's kind of piling on top of each other. And we're reaping the benefits right now in practice because it's very competitive, and we got freshmen competing with seniors and seniors competing with juniors and sophomores, and it's just a lot of fun to be in the gym right now. It's fun for us as the staff. I'm not sure it's fun for them all the time, but we have a good mix of that, and we have kids that have. I think the thing that I like most is we have girls that have been to the Sweet 16 2 times in a row, and we added another player that has been there, Colleen Ward, who's been there to the Sweet 16 2 years in a row, and so we're hoping that we'll take advantage of that as it comes to the NCAA time, as long as we get there.
And a very fair, challenging schedule, 2 against Penn State, at Nebraska,
yeah.
just to name a couple.
Yeah, we scheduled. We knew we'd have a good team coming this year, and we wanted to find out who we are early and figure out what we needed to work on. And so, Texas, we get them the second weekend, and they were in the national championship match last year, and then we got Nebraska, who is, I think they might be ranked, they're 1 or 2 or 3 this year, no question. So we'll find out who we are, and we'll be, the goal is to be ready for the Big Ten and try to make a run at it. So I like our schedule with this group. Maybe next year when we're a lot younger, I wouldn't like the schedule, but with this group, with the experience they have, I think it's a good schedule for us.
It's going to be fun for you to have this kind of team and to know that you could potentially do something special here if everything comes together.
That is fun, but it's a challenge too. I mean, every year has its challenges. It's kind of nice that when we were picked 8th, and thought that we had a shot, and then we ended up finished 3rd. I mean, it's a lot easier to get the team motivated for that. It's a whole different set. That's the thing we don't know, is how this team's going to respond to expectations. We've never had expectations on us before, not like this, not all the hype that's going on, and so how we respond to that's going to be a big key. And a lot of unknowns that way. So
this is a group that could finally knock off Penn State.
I mean, it's the best group we've had, so we have the best shot we have had in the years that I've been here to knock off Penn State for sure. And Penn State, I mean, if you look at their roster, they've lost a lot, but they had the number 2 recruiting class last year, and they're going to be very talented. They're going to be very athletic, and Russ does an incredible job. So we're just going to take care of us and see what level we can get to by the time we play them, and then see how kind of things unfold.
What kind of attitude have you sensed from the team? Just the kind of vibe that you're getting from them about how they're going to respond to that?
Well, it started last January, really. It doesn't, from the minute, actually it started right after we lost to Hawaii. I think we were just really disappointed. Not that Hawaii is a great team, but we wanted to go further. We wanted to extend our season longer. We liked playing together. We wanted to do that, and so they were determined from January on to make sure that we can go as far as we can. At least put ourselves in a position and work as hard as we can to be in that position so that we can go further in the NCAA tournament. We have to get there. There's a lot to come, and that's what everyone's going to talk about, is Final Fours and all that. We have a long ways to go. But that's in their minds too. So we're not afraid to talk about that. But it's a long ways off. And I think for them, the thing that I'm most excited about is that during the spring they worked real hard with the staff. When they were on their own, they worked just as hard during the summer. They were all here. We come in the first day. It looks like we hadn't left off. I mean, they've been practicing 3 days a week and getting all on their own. We're not allowed to be a part of that. And that shows me how dedicated they are and how much they really want to make this happen this year. So we got really good senior leadership. There's no question about that. And I will say this every year: we're only going to be as good as our seniors every year. That's just how it is. Whether they're playing or not, it's going to be what kind of leaders they are.